I let myself down big style today. I became an asshole. I reverted to type. I upset myself, I upset my wife, and I sure as heck upset a young guy in a big phone company. I'm telling you this story because it's a massive wake-up call for me to be vigilant in my life. And there's some learning in it for me, and I'm telling this story because there may be some learning in it for you. So my phone's got a crack in it. I phone up to see if I can get it sorted. They say, hey, you is due an upgrade. And they upgraded me to iPhone XR. Ooh, they said that's meant to be a good phone. And I was mega impressed because yesterday at 4:45, they said to me, and your phone will be delivered tomorrow. We will email you in the morning to let you know when it will be delivered. Now, my wife decided she would stay in all day to receive the phone. It was going to be delivered to our house. We had a message in the morning to say that, by 11 o'clock, we will tell you what time your phone will be delivered. Then we got a message to say there's been a bit of a problem with your delivery. We'll let you know what's going to happen. Then we got another email to say, well, we've resolved that problem and we'll let you know when your phone is going to come. Well, I got home and it got to about 4:45. 5 o'clock, no sign of my phone. So I thought, well, I'll phone through and try and find out what's going to happen, get through to the phone company. And the guy is telling me, well, there's a problem with this and this and this. So your phone's coming tomorrow. Now, I don't need that phone right this minute because I'm actually talking to this guy on my phone that's got a crack in it. It still works. It's okay at the moment. Although the glass is starting to disintegrate, so it's not going to last too long. But it works. And, tomorrow is pretty fine in my book. Not a problem. What I should have said, but didn't, was, that's okay. No problem. Thanks very much for the update. I'll get it tomorrow. I reverted to my type, which is I come from a space where if someone does you wrong, you get them back. If someone wants a fight, well, bring your friends and your family because I'll fight you. If there's an issue, I'll deal with it. In the fight or flight syndrome, I stand and fight. I will go toe to toe with a person or a situation. I've got courage, tenacity. I'm a lion. I'll play to win. I'm a winner. Now, these are great traits to have, but at the same time, they can be very destructive and very bad traits. And I've tried to take the worst of myself out of, my being and who I am today. I talk about happiness. I talk about going for your dreams, sharing, caring, positiveness in your life. But I reverted to type, and I've got no explanation really. Well, I've got a little one to tell you about in a minute. But basically, I told him, sorry, but you told me the phone was coming today. No one's updated me. My wife's been in all day. I want the phone now. Bring it to me now. I don't care how you do it. You just sort it. I don't care about your delivery people or whatever. You just get me the phone now. And I went to town on this guy. My wife couldn't stand it. She went out in the garden because she couldn't listen to me. I was on the phone for over an hour and a half on hold. In between talking to this company, I was just carrying on doing my work. Not really that bothered because I didn't care. The phone's come tomorrow. No big deal. But I took this guy to task and I don't really get it. I just nailed him. You telling me this, well, you promised that and you let me down. I went to town, hour and a half later, I'm going to get some compensation, As soon as I came off the phone, I realised what an asshole I've been. My wife is kind of upset because she's around me being negative and horrible to some person. The guy at the other end sure wasn't happy because I knew how to play him. I knew how to push his buttons. I knew what to say to push him to the next level, and I did it. The thing about it is the person that was most upset and is still upset now, hours after the event, is me. I am physically and mentally upset about that incident because I did it to other people, but I did it to myself. I picked a fight that I didn't have to pick. There's a brilliant video that was on either Facebook or YouTube or on LinkedIn, and there's an Indian guy. He's had 500,000 hits on this video, and he's got the old-fashioned bottles of Coke. He shakes them up and he puts them on the table. Then he opens one of them up, and obviously it fizzes out, and half the contents come out of the bottle. The other bottle he leaves alone, and he just stands as it was, just a full bottle of Coke, just chilled out, just stood there. And he makes the point that when life comes at you and it shakes you up and does something wrong to you, Look what happened when we opened that bottle of Coke. It got shook up by life and all the contents fizzed out, and you can't put them back. You can't undo that. Look at the other bottle that we didn't open. It's still calm. It's still okay. It's still intact. And he goes on to say, in life, when life comes at you and it throws things at you and it unsettles you and causes you to fizz inside, the big thing, the learning is to keep your mouth shut. Now, I know partly why I reacted today, which was because we've got an inner brain and an outer brain. The outer brain is reacting to what's happening, what you can see, feel, hear, what you can, things around you. The inner brain reacts to the outer brain. And you can go to places in your inner brain which you don't understand. For example, there was a lady, she'd got attacked, and her attacker wore a certain eau de cologne or perfume, whatever it is, you smell stuff that you wear. And years later, she was stood in a supermarket queue, and someone was stood behind her who had that same smell. She smelt it. Her inner brain, without thinking, took her to the place of panic, and she was out of that place and didn't understand why she had reacted. And it's because that inner brain had gone into its mode and you're reacting without thinking. My learning from this for myself today, my learning for this for you today, is very, very important for your life, for you to stay calm and for you to stay happy. I'm endorsing what this guy said with the Coke bottles. When life throws you something out of kilter, when something comes for you from left of field, when something's unfair or someone doesn't treat you right, do not do what I did. When you get shaken up by life, keep your mouth shut. When you start reacting, and I knew I was reacting, and I couldn't help myself. When you know that's happening, just tell yourself, make it your culture to keep your mouth firmly shut. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to pick a fight, make sure it's a fight worth fighting. Make sure it's something that is really worth fighting for. Because if it's not, what's the point? Why bother? Just be nice. I have ruined my evening, ruined my physicality by reacting the way I did. I've got to learn from it. I say I've learned, but I've got to make sure I keep learning from it. When you get shaken up by life, keep your mouth shut. Do what they used to say. Count to 10. Do not react straight away, because you can bet your bottom dollar that reaction is going to be the wrong reaction. Do not be like me. I've been talking for 7 minutes and 54 seconds. It's a bit of a long rant, if you like, from me. But this, I mean this so much. Be careful what you put out into this life, because it can come back and hurt you. And right now, I'm hurting.